Hello everyone and welcome to traditional draft of Forgotten Realms and pack 1 is pretty good. Okay, well I'm gonna take Nadar. This is I don't know if this is exactly a bomb rare, but it is very close to one. The 3/3 for 3 which ventures as an ETB is already good, and then if you just have a bit of support to make this thing able to attack without it dying, which means tricks or equipment or something like that, or then you just have other venture things in your deck. You get the anthem effect. So basically, if the opponent doesn't have removal for this thing, this is going to be an incredibly strong play. The other first pickable card in this pack is of course Power Word Kill. Both are very good first picks. This is the better card, so I'll take the white rare here. Out of the commons, well, they are not that great, and the Guild Thief is not that great. Dungeon Map is better later in the draft, and you know that you will have time for the venture. But yeah, this was a pretty easy first pick there. And someone took an uncommon over Asmodeus, which I don't think it's a surprise. This basically isn't a very good. A 6 mana 6/6 is not the kind of stat line that is amazing in limited. It's basically the it's the baseline common for limited 6 mana 6/6. So the draw ability will have to do some work, and it is not without its drawbacks. So I guess the ideal situation is that you have a sacrifice engine. It's a few sacrifice ways. You can then put the 7 card draw in stack and then respond by sacrificing the Asmodeus, and then you get to draw 7. But then again, you're sacrificing a 6/6 that costs you 6 mana. I don't think it's even the pick here, the black card. I think the better black card is the Barrowwind, especially given the first pick here. So I'm definitely taking this over Minimus Containment or Veteran Dungeoneer. This is better. This is actually not that much better than the White Venture thing, but it's this is very strong when you well, I mean, you can read what it does. You can just get free reanimatings from your graveyard. Well, I mean, of course, it happens from your graveyard if it is reanimating. But point is, it is very good, strong card. And this pack is still good. I mean, of course, it's pick 3. It's supposed to be good, but there are good cards for multiple colors. Gnoll Hunter, Wandering Troubadour. I think this card is quite good. The repeatable venture you can get from it is worth it. It's not going to be a green card for me from this pack. It's going to be Yuan-Ti over the Clattering Skeletons. So black-white venture is what I'm trying to do here, and for that deck I will happily take a Delver's Torch. All my cards venture here so far. Let's make a fourth pick. 4 out of 4 cards that can venture. That can be quite interesting. This pack also isn't that strong. There's like the Baleful Beholder, which could be played, and the Manticore, which is playable. But of course the Delver's Torch is a fine pickup, although it is a card you don't want to play more than one of. So it's pretty early in the draft, pack 1, pick 4 for a Delver's Torch. But I just wasn't that interested in the other options too. I think I'm gonna get either the identical cards or similar cards to that later on in the draft too. So this is the first pack that doesn't have any venture, I guess, for any color, but especially in black and white, which I'm hoping to be here. So the Pegasus is good with both Nadar and Yuan-Ti, and also with this thing if you have ventured, completed a dungeon already. So the Blink Dark, it works better in a red-white deck that has equipment. Not so good without equipment. Now I will have a Delver's Torch, of course, but it's not really, with +1/+1 it's not so great. So I think I'll take the 4-drop here. I'm not too keen on picking the 4-drops here because both white and black have a common 4-drop that ventures. The white one ventures as an ETB, and the black one here as death trigger. There's also an extremely good sideboard card against black. And this is a best of 3 draft. So the choice here is between Divine Smite and the Skeletons here. Now this thing also ventures, but it's not so great. The decision is to have an excellent sideboard card and this pretty decent main deck card. Now I have 2 4 mana creatures already. I don't have to play the Pegasus. That's not really necessary here. Maybe I'll just take the Venture card, but I think I saw a Divine Smite earlier too, so maybe that comes back to me and I can pick it so that I can have at least one of those. Who knows? Here it's gonna be mostly sideboard cards. I could take the Demogorgon's Clutches, I could take a Spear Dagger, which is a pretty decent sideboard card against those decks that have those 2 mana 3/1s. For example, a red one at least has a very good one, and it's not the only one in the format. Devoted Paladin is... I suppose it's quite okay with my attack trigger, guys, so maybe I'll take a Devoted Paladin here now. I can play like one of these easily in the main deck. Okay, so this is going to be clearly a sideboard card of Baleful Beholder. Now, it could be main deck too, but I can't play too many of these expensive stuff. I'll put it to the sideboard for now. Who knows, maybe in deck building I end up having it in the main deck. It is also not so bad with the attack triggers giving my guys menace. I think I still prefer the 5 mana card over the 6 mana card, but let's see how the draft continues. This is at least going to be great against any deck that has good enchantments. You know, just as a 6 mana 6/5 that kills their card is definitely good. Now here, like I said, I won't be playing more than one Delver's Torch, so the decision in here is... Well, Mimic is, by the way, not very good, so not gonna have that. Spear Dagger for sideboard or Feign Death, which is also main deckable. It's actually not so bad with the death triggers and the enters the battlefield effect, so I think I'll take the Feign Death because it works with Nadar, Clattering Skeletons, and the Barrowwind quite nicely. Yeah. And here's the Veteran Dungeoneer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the Pegasus in the end, but I'm still happy to have this because my deck has a lot of Venture now. And this can be easily a deck that can complete the dungeon, which will make the Barrowwind also pretty good. Now, you have to pay attention that this ability only returns creatures with mana value of 3 or less. So, but of course, any limited deck should have a bunch of cards that creatures that are 2 or 3 mana. Right, Hide Hexblade would be otherwise nice, but I think this deck is going to be able to venture enough many times that I can actually make the Gloomstalker a thing. This is really not playable in any decks other than the ones that really have a lot of venturing here. I just take the black card away. I don't think I'm gonna change. Well, I have to open some very crazy bomb from some other color to switch colors here still. Let's see if that happens. I kind of want to just be black and white here. Now there's a Dragon's Fire, but there's also... Well, let's first check the rare, which is not a card I'm gonna pick it. There's definitely because it's a double colored card, neither of which is black or white. So you get to draw 2, discard 2, then... Yeah, this is not even a good one. Yeah, this is definitely a constructed card. It's not a good limited card. Okay, Magic Missile and Dragon's Fire for someone that plays red. They have to make the decision there. Okay, Steadfast Paladin is completely reasonable 2-drop, but with the Venture theme in the deck, this precipitous drop is going to be the pick here. But I do need some 2-drops. I have no 2-drops. I hope I find something, but I take the Venture removal now. How about Oswald? Okay, I'm passing another Dragon's Fire here. What can you do? So this thing says, yeah, you have to sacrifice an artifact. Sets your... Okay, this, yeah, 1+. So this is the birthing pod for artifacts. So interesting for constructed, not so great for limited. So definitely I would take the Hexblade over it because venturing also gives treasures. Even if nothing else in my deck gives treasures, I can get treasures from venturing. Now it will be time to actually pick a 2-drop. I'm very unhappy to pass another Dragon's Fire. I wish I was red in this draft. There's also Battlecry Goblin, so red is very open to that direction. But yeah, I won't be taking the other 4-drop now. I take the 2-drop now, even though I might not have a good chance to actually get the card draw. It's still a 2 mana 2/2. I need to do something on turn 2. I take another drop here. The Death Priest is good, but I have other 4-drops I'd rather play, so let's take more venturing things here. Okay, Planar Ally would be good, but I mean, it's yet another expensive card, and there are 2 decent 2-drops. I'm going to take a 2-drop here. I'm just thinking about, should I take the Paladin still instead of the black card? The black card in general is better, but my deck is a late game adventure focused deck, so the lifelink might be better. This is very good in attack, but I'm not really worried about getting the games won. I just want to use cards that are going to give me time to get my adventure stuff happening. So this is better in defense. The other one is just a 2-mana 2/1 when it's blocking. Alright, Paladin Shield. It's good with the attack triggers I have here. The Black Dragon is also very good, but it's a 7-mana card. I'm not sure I can afford it. Now there is a 2-drop too. I have a Delver's Torch. I don't plan on having a lot of equipment, so I'm not sure if I care about a 2-mana 3/1. I think I'll still take the Black Dragon. This is a best of 3 draft, so I can sideboard it out, or maybe not even put it into my main deck, if I so choose. But it is a very good card, of course. Now, I mean, when you get to 7 mana, but the getting to 7 mana part is difficult. Now, but like I said, some venturing can give me treasures, so that could be a bit easier. Here, just no color, no card for my colors. Let's take the golden card, the best card, I think, there. Okay, Thieves' Tools, power 3 or less. That applies to most of my creatures. Okay, I think. Well, I'm not playing the +2 mace, so I'll take this thing. Feign Death number 2, Bag of Holding. Now, and then Knoll Hunter, pick 8 here. Fine. No one cares about this card. It's a very good 2-drop. Feign Death, Bag of Holding. What would be put to the sideboard? I don't plan on playing more than one Feign Death main deck, but it could be. Yeah, I guess that's against the decks with removal. Pretty decent sideboard card to I can play 2 against decks that have a lot of removal. High Hex played over the 20 gems here easily. Still need 2 drops, and it's not that bad. Okay, Fate Reversal with Venture. Yeah, another Torch, not so interesting, but this thing, surely. It's a better Venture effect when I don't have any of those yet. There's nothing for me here. So I'm at 18 non-land cards already. I don't think the Black Dragon actually fits the deck. I'm inclined to cut it. I'm actually going to do it right away. I will sideboard this in when I know the game is going to go late. And I maybe need this kind of a 4/4 flyer, because 7 mana is a lot. How about the mana curve? Okay, I got some 2-drops. They are not... I'm not even sure what is the best 2-drop for the Venture deck. So maybe these are as good as anything else. Oh, come on. Knoll Hunter, Spoils of the Hunt. You know what? Maybe a drafter to my right is drafting green, and I'm gonna give them a great. I wouldn't, in a pod draft, I wouldn't actually pass the Knoll Hunter there, but when I don't know, I don't necessarily play against the. I'm very unlikely to play against people in the same pod. I'm going to pass that late gift there. Now, okay, Adult Gold Dragon is one of the best bombs in the format. Now, 3 toughness is a liability, but the hasty 4 power lifelink flyer is incredible, and it is worth splashing. Now, there is also a Dragon's Fire here. Okay, so the question is, am I going to splash this because I have some treasure generating here? Not a lot, but basically the Venture it is. Or then the Ray of Enfeeblement, which is still playable in main deck and amazing against white. So I think I'm gonna pass the dragon. I don't want to mess up my mana here, and I have other uses for treasures. Maybe I want to sacrifice them for the Hide Hex Blades. Yet another Dragon's Fire here. Wow. Okay, I mean, no problem. I have a good card. I can take Portable Hole, or probably I'm going to just take the Guardian of Faith. So when it has Vigilance and Flash. Well, the Flash is the more important part. Any number of target creatures, other target creatures face out that I control. Basically, I can remove creatures from, not remove, save my creatures from removal, or I can have this convenient removal myself. 11 creatures tells me I want to have a creature here. Okay, another torch. Now, can I have some other adventure cards? Apparently, that is not the case. Warlock class. It's not what I want to be doing here. I do want to take a 2-drop creature here. There's also this, but I'm not gonna splash blue here. It would of course be amazing. The ability is amazing for this deck, but I just won't be able to splash it reliably enough. I think I'll just take a Hexblade. I just don't like to play 2 of these torches, and I think the 2 toughness blocker is better than the 3 power 1 toughness one. Maybe. I do have a couple of equipment in the deck, but okay, well now I get a dragon that is completely in my colors. Now if the dragon wasn't in the pack, I would snap peek the Evolving Wilds. This is definitely the kind of card I need at this point in the draft, and it's pretty clear I will have enough playables, so having the mana fixer here would be a fantastic, but I'm not gonna be able to. Actually, I was lying. I have already an uncolored dragon, but the 6 mana dragon is a lot better than a 7 mana dragon, so obviously I'm just taking this. But Evolving Wilds would have been high on my list too. Okay, so check for traps, which is a sideboard card more than a main deck card in draft, I think, unless you are really some very controlling deck. I would take it for the sideboard though, but there are good stuff. I think I have enough 4-drops, so I'll take a Planner Ally. And Iron Golem, not what I'm looking for. Delver's Torch number, is this like the 4th of those I see? I don't really... No, I could just take the Dwarf Hall Champion. How many equipment it is? I have 2 equipment. It's not great, but am I going to play 2 torches? It's so unlikely. I'll take the 2-drop, which I might not play, but it's an option. Okay, I think... Well, there's Deadly Dispute and the Priest of Ancient Lore. Now, I guess all the black and white cards here are playable. I could pick anything, and this is not actually bad. This can come back for free, but... Okay, fine, let's take the one. It has Avenger's energy, so let's see if I can actually get it back for free. The thing is that late in the game, when I complete the dungeon, a 2-1 isn't actually that relevant. But I guess this is the best deck for it. Now, this is not going to be played in the main deck, but it's, Destroy Target Enchantment, so definitely a nice sideboard card. And there's a Dwarf Hall Champion. I'm not going to play 2 of them, I'm sure about that. Thieves' Tools, I guess there's a world where I've sideboard another one in, but it's highly unlikely. I think I'll play the 1 though. I'm actually sure I play the 1 because it's so good with the attack triggers. I am a bit sad I never found more of these Yuan-Tis. Because it's a common, I could easily have gotten one. Am I going to take a 20 gems or this very... No, I have the Feign Deaths, so that is just a sideboard card, the modal spell for white, the trick that gives +1/+3. Or, well, I guess it's not bad with the attack triggers I have, but it's still a card you would rarely find room for. I'll put the 4th Hexblade to sideboard as well. So I have here 24 cards. I'm happy with the cards in my main deck. So yeah, I took the 20 gems, not because I really, care about it too much. I'm not gonna splash this card or anything, but 20 gems is more useful than the card that I'm unlikely to sideboard in. So these are the cards I'm not planning to main deck right now. I still have an option to play the Black Dragon, but 7 mana, when I got the 6 drop, I'm not playing that. So I don't think I'm gonna play any of these either, and then I still have 1 card because this is most likely going to be a 17 land deck. What is the worst card here? Let's first see the amount of venture I have. I got a lot in the beginning, but not so much in the end. That is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards that venture at least once. Well, this Planner Ally might not venture at all, Yuan-Ti might not venture at all, but, cards that allow me to venture, there are 10 of those in the deck, which is good enough for me. How many things make treasures? I think only a couple. Only 1, the Thieves' Tools, and of course I can venture into a treasure by going to the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the third level can be a treasure, and fan delver can have a treasure in the second level. This thing doesn't create a treasure. So yeah, I have some ways to make the hide hexblade. To draw me a card. But do I want to play so many of them? These are very bad when the opponent has anything with 3 toughness. These are really not so great, but I guess well, with Thieves Tools it's fine, but these don't have any beneficial effect when they get to connect to opponent. At least the lifelinker allows me to gain life repeatedly, which is pretty good. The Hexblade is not really the card I'm that interested in, but I also am not that interested in cutting a 2-drop from this deck. I think I'll play the Pegasus in the end. Sadly, I never got a lot more creatures that care about connecting to the opponent, but I have the Nadar, I have the Yuan Ti, and I have the Barrowin. Although this is not relevant unless I have already completed a dungeon, but maybe I'll play one of these. Okay, so the dungeon crawler is, well, I guess it's almost the same as the 2/2. It blocks as well almost, so maybe I'll just cut one of the hexblades. That is still 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drop creatures and 1 1-drop creatures, and then the Ray of Enfeeblement, which might sometimes actually kill a opponent's early drop. Not always. But this seems like the deck. 16 creatures, 7 non-creatures. Yeah, the amount of black cards. I have a lot of good white cards. Not that many good black cards. I would have wanted to have the 4-mana removal spell, for example. Or maybe another Yuan Ti. But I never got the option. Or if I did, there was something a lot better in the packs. I'm gonna start with this, and this is, like I said, best of 3, which means I can sideboard slightly differently. So here is 12 white cards, 12 black cards. The game suggests I play 9 plains and 8 swamps. Double casters, well, I have a white double caster, another, well, 3 white double casters, no black double casters. I have some one mana spells from black, so I could see it playing a turn when I play like a hide hexblade and then one of these, so I might want to have access to 2 black mana, but it is more important to make sure you have them a double caster. These spells are actually castable. At least I can cast these black spells one per turn, if nothing else. Okay, so this is gonna be the configuration, and I'm gonna just go to the matches now. If you are still watching and you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider subscribing so that I get to see the kind of result of the the kind of content I make, because the rate of gaining subscribers, it still has gone up, but it has slowed down quite a bit. So I just want to make sure that. By the way, I kept a very risky hand. I made it on purpose because I'm on the play, but it's possible that my first play happens on turn 4, which will be quite bad. I hope to draw something cheap. Anyway, I just want to, because I haven't really, told people to subscribe. I kind of assume people will subscribe if they care about that, but of course, not everyone necessarily understands to do that. So I will just say that if you haven't subscribed but you want to watch these daily draft videos, nice draws. I mean, look at this: 3 lands after keeping 4 lands. But am I gonna do clattering skeletons? This will always have death touch, right? I'll take the damage here. It can deal 2. I guess it can deal 5 too, but 2 or 3 is the most common results. Yeah, not gonna trade here. I have a 4-3. I can take the damage. Okay. At least I got to use their turn on that. So what is the... Am I gonna go deep here? Or just the fan delver? It's of course not gonna be a Tomb of Annihilation. I kind of like the idea of going deep here. Let's take the Mad Mage. I'm still playing the Planner Ally. Hopefully they don't have more removal. They actually missed their 4th land drop too. Okay, Sepulture go. Okay, I can... Oh, sadly I can't make that treasure. Oh, I can actually make it with this thing. So yeah, all is fine. I get to scry first. So yeah, maybe I finished what I was talking about. So I don't usually tell in every video people to subscribe, but I figured that it might be time to start reminding about it at times. I'm not gonna advertise all the time. Alright, so let's focus to the game. So I can do this battle win thing. It will create me a treasure because I have a choice between treasure and the Twisted Caverns, which is not really necessary at this point. So I will draw the Yuan Ti. And then I can play the Dungeon Crawler too. Yep. Going for the Mad Mage isn't greatest when you have Battle Win, but because it takes a lot more time to complete the dungeon. But it's... I mean, I can have repeated venturing and make it happen in the end. This enters tapped chat, so I can't block it. But I can use the Hexblade to block this unless it's gonna roll for 20 and actually get the first strike. That would be nasty because it's also gonna be, first strike in that case. So basically, not be able to block it. So here, I have an option here. I don't think I care about this thing. I'm not gonna complete the dungeon, and if I complete the Mad Mage dungeon, it's gonna be so great because the final step especially is amazing. So I should just do it like this, because they have the option to, sacrifice this on their goal, but it's just 2 for 1 anyway, so I don't mind. I guess they have some spell in their hand. Hunter's Mark. Okay, that is definitely a reasonable thing for them to do, but now they don't have a board, and I still have the Yuan Ti at least. Do I care about having the swamp in my hand? Maybe I don't care about... I mean, if I draw a land, then I just have 2 lands. It's no big deal. Fate's Reversal. Okay, so they can block the Yuan Ti with that thing. I wish I get something non-land here now. The -2/-2 would have been so good. I mean, I'm not gonna offer the trade with the Yuan Ti. I'm just gonna do this attack. If they take 4 here, they take 4. Yeah. Okay, well, now they have blockers for everything I have. I drew my 2 drops here, which I don't really need. Miserable. Fine, I guess I'll just... Don't even care about attacking with the lifelinker here. I guess I could have, but oh well. No rush, no rush. Yeah, I guess I could have, because they easily can have something that... Well, now I'm not gonna let them get any creature here with the triggered ability here. Okay, that is going to be good. I get to scry 2 and then I get something back. Am I going to... I could take the Planner Ally. Although I could go to the Runestone Caverns too, that's actually... But no... They have a reach guy. How do I do this? I'm gonna go for the offering all the trades here. Well, that's awkward. So Fate's Reversal is gonna return something, but there are a lot of options. Now, if I knew that the Planar Ally is gonna survive, that's obviously gonna be there. The Ranger though, it's gonna just block it, right? That's right. So I guess the Barrowwind is the same thing. So how does the work? The Runestone Caverns, exile the top 2 cards. You may play them. I have mana to play them, even if they are both non-lands, so I kinda am interested in that. So I think I should take the flyer anyway. Okay, let's hope they don't have removal. If they do, I'm in trouble. Okay, well, these are just very fantastic cards. Yeah, so layup, absolutely. Let's... I know I'm not drawing a land, so I can leave the land in my hand. So I'm actually taking 7 damage here. That's something I have to leave with. I'm not gonna block with the Planar Ally. I hope they don't have removal and they just leave the Ranger to block. Then I can kill the Ranger first. Oh, come on! That's it. They had the Black Dragon. 4/4 flyer that killed my own flyer. And nope. If I went for the Fandelver, this would be a -5/-5, and I would actually be able to still survive there somehow. I will scry 3. The problem is I don't get to... I don't know what's beneath that card. Probably nothing too good. So I'm gonna attack here and hope they block. Because the flyer is a problem. I can block the ground guys. I can't block this. Oh, what did... Oh man, that was the... I saw 2 4/1s. I targeted the wrong one. Can you believe it? I actually was in a good spot there. I actually could have just made the 1/1 tokens there. Oh heck. The opponent might just have a land in their hand. It's possible they have nothing. Or just, you know, random creature that doesn't have any immediate impact. I was gonna kill the dragon. That's the reason I threw away my card here. What a mistake. I literally saw 2 4/1s and just was talking and distracted. Yeah, I'd rather the opponent have a, you know, ground guy 4/1 than a flyer 4/4 here, for sure. And I would, or in this case, if I kill this, I would at least want to have the 3/1 still here myself, but... So I can exile 2 cards, but I can only play one of them, unless the other one is a 1 mana card. I don't think I have more than... Well, I guess I could have the 1 mana trick that gives -4/-1. That has to be the other one. Then I can play both of those. Because the 1/1s are not gonna be good enough now. I need to... Where is the... Hey, where is the... Come on. Submit. Look, it doesn't allow me to do anything. What? Come on. I view browser. Where? Yeah, I want to have the... Oh man, what is this? What a bug. Hey. It's very good to know about this bug. How do I actually... How do I get there? Scry to... Yeah, I mean... How do I get to... I have to choose the... I mean, I'm gonna concede the match now. I have to concede the game because otherwise I will concede the match and I won't even go to sideboard. What the? So it was buggy. So I put view browser. It only showed the kind of a layout of the... No. All that said, I don't think the only chance I had here was that the card beneath the Dungeoneer is the 1 mana -4/-1 card. Because if then I could play the Dungeoneer and then I could still kill the dragon. That would be the great outcome, and I could go to the Scry 3/2 and set up everything for the Mad Wizard's Lair. But that was a very unlikely scenario. But what I was supposed to do here is, of course, kill the dragon here, and then maybe make the 2 1/1s. So I have a blocker for the 4/1 here, and then on next turn I can go for the Scry 3 and then set up the final step here in the Mad Wizard's Lair. But yep, that didn't happen. So first of all, I'm gonna have my own dragon. Second of all, they didn't have any enchantments. They have Hunter's Mark, Spoils of the Hunt. I'm gonna play maybe another Feign Death. If I find stuff I can lose the Thieves' Tools. That's not really necessary in this matchup. And then the other card might be the Arbor Pegasus. Yeah, maybe it's that. Or the Dungeon Crawler. No, I guess it's fine. Okay, this is the deck. But yeah, that was... I guess no, don't go away from the select the dungeon, thing. Oh, come on. Such an amazing hand if... Well, it wouldn't be amazing if one of these was a plains, but I would keep it, of course, with a 2-drop and these pretty nice 3-drops. But without the plains, this is a mulligan. Okay, at least I have a early game, although playing the Torch on turn 2 isn't exactly impacting the board, but it is something to use your mana on. So yeah, it's not a bad 6 here at all. I can play this, play the Yuan-Ti, and maybe play the Dungeoneer here. But yeah, I really messed up by targeting the wrong creature with the Precipitous drop there. Okay, keep 6. And let's see if I can win the game. Land wasn't bad because I need it for the 4-drop. Now let's not draw too many lands here in row. Oh, come on. Of course they can mess up my curve. Okay, let's just calm down. Yeah, okay. Hard to calm down. Especially if they answer the Dungeoneer, which will be a 4/5 here, which is no joke actually. So... I think the value is still in the Mad Mage in this deck. It is so easy to have a lot of venturing here. Now the question is, well, let's see what I draw, because that will affect my willingness to play the Devoted Paladin. Of course, what they do matters as well. Okay. Well, the drop is good. So this will become a 1/1 thing, right? So I guess I can... Yeah, well, I suppose I just want to have the Paladin after all. Yeah, maybe next turn if I draw a land, I can play both of these and equip and play the drop. And otherwise, if they double block, they are left with 1/1, because this is how it works. When it dies, it will... Okay, well, I suppose I can... Well, with this thing around, my drop isn't actually that great. So how do I do this? If I equip this one, it will venture. I get to Scry. And they don't have a block with their Ranger. They can block with the Ranger and something else, but I suppose that is what I'm gonna do here. I have these ventures happening later on. I guess I should have done this. Well, it doesn't matter now. I attacked with the 5-5, so let it be. That wouldn't be that bad, especially if it's a swamp. Well, okay, fine, let's keep it. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have too strong stuff going on. Okay, so they can sack. I want the goal to go away, because that goal is going to be, you know, they're gonna counter my venturing from this thing. So they can make it into a 4-3 if they sack something, but don't think it matters that much. They can only sacrifice one creature, so it's not gonna ever be more than 4-3. So this is gonna be dealt damage first. Then the next takes only 2, so maybe the jelly is not that useful to kill. No, if they... Actually the jelly is, because they would have to sack, but then they can... No, yeah, if they sacrifice... The outcome is the same, I suppose. Is there any difference in how I do? The only difference I can make is not kill the goal, but that's the one card I want to kill. So maybe if I do it like this, they might lose them both. This way they can sack the 2-2 to save the jelly anyway. But I mean, fine, then that happens. Well, they get the 1-1 from that. And I will be blocking, or will I? Well, let's see if this even survives. They might be attacking for 7 here. But the drop is so good. Okay, well now I understand why the jelly was gonna die here. That is annoying. Oh wow, this jelly about high manas is very good. Okay, so I just play the ally, right? Okay, they have something. Well, okay, nothing that they want to play. Next one will be treasure or target creature can't attack. Now I have a bunch of venture here happening. If I just have the time to play all that. I kind of want to draw the land now. So they have a 4-4, that is good. Because now this only becomes a 2-2. And then it will become a 1-1 after that. But it's something I can do. So I will kill the ranger here, definitely. That's just gonna happen. Oh, they have precipitous drop. Oh man. So sorry, not that of course. I mean the feign death. That's what I meant. It will enter tapped, but they get a 2-2 back, which is annoying. So do I care about the treasure? I can say that the jelly can't attack. Yeah, jelly can't attack. Treasure is not that needed here. And now I will go for the max value, and I will actually equip the planner ally here for the double venture here. So I will scry and make 2 1-1s. I don't think these guys are very needed here. Even though I complete the dungeon, the 2-1 is literally just not gonna be very good. So the jelly can't attack, I can block these other stuff, so no big deal. And I have the Selfless Paladin, which can actually pump my team if it survives. I want to draw also my own feign deaths. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. The ranger can block now, but that's fine. I get the best thing about this. I can also play this pre-combat, but that doesn't actually do too much. No, I would rather leave it as a... Well, in that case I would attack with more than... I could also attack with the Dungeoneer in that case, actually. Because it becomes a 4-5. They will block with the jelly, but I mean, I have to deal with the jelly no matter what. Or... I don't know. Well, let's play it. Let's do it. I think I'll do it. Let's try and see what happens now. That is important. Fate's Reversal is good. The rest of these not so useful. Yeah, I devoted Paladin returning it or... Well, okay, let's just do this. I'm not gonna attack with the 1/1s even though they become 2/2s. They can eat it with the jelly. Or do I want them to eat it? No, I will do it like this. So first of all, I do this thing. And I cast the Precipitate. This is -5 by the way. Well, I'm gonna still cast it on this thing. Get more venturing here, which is gonna be probably the Tomb of Annihilation here this time. Is it? Yeah, let's go for the Annihilation. Not the Oubliette, but the Whales of Fear. Decline. I'm not gonna play the Swamp. And I still have the Ray of Enfeeblement here. If I want to use that. Okay, they don't want that to. So I will kill. I'll kill the jelly so I can attack with all the rest of my guys. And then they got the 1/1. How do? Okay. So I will play the Fate's Reversal here, right? And take the Adventure or the Devoted Paladin. I mean, I'm probably winning the game no matter what. Oh, I have mana to cast this. Yeah, well, no, I don't actually. Well, anyway, I will do this. Sacrifice something, decline that. Okay. Oh, that happens at the end of the... Yeah, now I understand. Beginning of the next end step. Okay. Grim Bounty, killing that. Not much to do about that. They get the skeleton here. Not much I can do about that. And then what I will do here is... I guess I should have gotten the other one now. Well, I'm gonna use the torch here. On what thing? The Nadar. I don't want to attack with the Nadar. I get the Venture though, I get the 4/4, and then I get a bunch of stuff. Maybe... Now I'm gonna just do it like this. Get the 4/4 here. And I can make them lose life again. Although I'm actually gonna save this guy. And kill both of them. Yeah, -4, -1. This works. So it works at the beginning of the end step. Yeah, kind of missed that. They have a lot of blockers here. But I guess my venture stuff is eventually going to be the stuff that wins here. So what am I going to do now? They have a 3-3, so let's just attack with these guys here. And I guess it's gonna be another Tomb of Annihilation. I will lose a lot of time here. The opponent has so many blockers here that, I mean, you could imagine this is gonna end up very badly for them in the end, but they are still having a lot of blockers. Okay, so that's the Atropal, so this thing, it has death touch, it kills anyway, all the stuff there. So now when I go to... Oh, they get to kill it, but yeah, they get to kill it, so what? And then I will play this thing going to the... They have to actually discard a card. Whatever is their last card. I'm not gonna need to do that. It's gonna get discarded now because... And it was a green dragon. They have both the dragons, alright. So now it's time to probably win on the next turn. They have an empty hand here. 11 minutes for one game. I should have enough time, but yeah, this was a very long game. At least I got to... so what? I completed the match. Well, that's a nice draw for them. It's not gonna be enough though. It's gonna give them yet another of those things. Let's see now if there's... They have to block both. They can kill the other one. So I should make this a 4-5. Yeah, they can't kill then the Dungeoneer because they have to block the Paladin still. So let's just go for it. I guess I can... No, I'm gonna decline here. So they will trade with the Paladin, jump the Dungeoneer, and they still have a 2-2 left. But I'm gonna get another 4-4 next turn, unless they draw again something that deals with the Dungeoneer, because if they do that, I'm out of, playable stuff here. Black Dragon won't do it now. It also gives a -3, -3, so it wouldn't have killed this thing. So now they have to jump this, and I have another 4-4 here. So this should be game. So that's the third dungeon I completed during the game. 1 Mad Mage and then 2 Annihilation. So this thing has double strike like many times. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I got to leave the Venture Dream here. So they have both dragons. So how do I win them? What do I need to sideboard here? I don't think my deck has a lot of better cards. I like the double Feign Death here. The Dungeon Crawler might be, despite the Venturing synergy, might be a bit uninteresting. Do I want to have a Thieves' Tools? It is very good with the few creatures here that have some useful abilities. This also makes a treasure token, which might be important to get the Black Dragon online. So maybe the Dungeon Crawler goes away, Thieves' Tools goes in. How about the Baleful Beholder? Is it better than the Black Dragon in the end? Probably not. I have 2 equipment, right? So is that the reason to play another Dwarfhold Champion over a Hexblade? Don't think it matters too much. This can draw me a card. It can be useful. So I guess this is the deck. That's still 15 creatures. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play the Beholder here. Well, oh heck, one of my rares here. I'm gonna obviously keep it. I don't have the black, but I have a 2 and 3 drops here. I have 3 spells I can cast here anyway. Sampling cast is pretty good actually. Definitely is. Okay, so now they have this aggressive stuff, which is, you know, fine because I have a 2-3 that can block them. Now I can do great stuff with the Guardian of Faith here. Now sadly they did attack with the 1-1 here. Oh, they have a... The Gloomstalker doesn't do anything, so I'm actually gonna kind of play as if... Oh man, damn it, they did have... Oh, they have that. If I knew that, I would have... Oh, I had 2 enchantment removal in the deck. This is miserable. And they're gonna attack with the 2-1. Are they playing around the Guardian of Faith here? Yes, they are. But now they're gonna block with the 2-2, right? Okay, they at least... Because I wanted to get this value out of this, my Guardian of Faith. They try to kill it now, hopefully. Yeah. So this took a lot of time. I mean, if they just attack with that thing on the previous turn, I would have now been able to play the Gloomstalker. But the thing is, Ranger class, you just lose to this card. It's an insane bomb. Every attack gives them a +1/+1 counter. There's just like a no way to, you know, I mean, I just have to block all of their stuff and hope that, I mean, they just take it and they attack with this and it is a 3-3 and I lose. And I had 2 cards in my sideboard that can kill enchantments. Both of them would be in the deck in a heartbeat. And now, of course, I don't draw the swamp here. I kept. Okay, well, so the first 3 draws were planes when I kept 3 planes. So fantastic. I don't know. I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win the Ranger class, even if they are somehow going to just be stuck at 3 here. It's gonna be so hard. So Fate Reversal is gonna return me there. Guardian, I suppose. I have to just scry here. No time for anything else now. Okay, great. That was basically draw a card. So they have a 4/4 Ranger class. I have played, of course, by myself. Did I have? I don't remember if I had 2 of these. No, it was the Paladin class that I had 2 of. But I have played with this card. It's amazing. That's not a lot of stuff here. I mean, where are my venture stuff? I have the worst cards in here now. The Guardians of Fate. The Guardian of Fate is okay, but there's no beating this thing. I'm not gonna double block it. That's not the way to win here. I need to try to just I don't even know what can I do. I'm losing to this 1 rare, and the opponent is even stuck in mana. So when okay, I draw the lands here now. A lot of lands. Let's see if they have a Ray of Enfeeblement there. Sorry, not the one. The thing that saves them. I guess I could have used the Ray here myself because I have 2 swamps. I was just tilting. I maybe should have saved my guy here, but not that it matters too much even. This card, that is pure insanity. And the funny thing is, I had the enchantment removal in my sideboard, and I didn't see this in game 1, and I didn't see it in game 2. I saw no enchantments. Yeah, you can have the jelly, because that's all you need here. That's, yeah, so far from completing a dungeon that it doesn't make... I'm losing the Ranger class, but let's play the game to the end. If I drew like the planar ally, yeah, I guess. But I'm just facing so much damage here now. How can I win here? No, that will become a 2-2 when it comes back. Yeah, I'm just taking the 4 damage. I know I can use the Fenfi Planetel, but I don't want to even kill this because it comes back as a 2-2. Okay, now that's enough for me. If I just drew something there, I know if I attack all, they can block the 3-3, the 2-2, they go to 2, unless they have something, which I suspect they have. At 4 mana, they're definitely having spells they can cast. And even if they don't have, they kill 2 of my guys. They kill the lifelinker, they kill the 3-3, and they will go to 2, and then I will lose to their counterattack. So I can't even attack with all, even if they have nothing. Yeah. So, let's hope. Yeah, that was yet another draft that started with a loss, so I think my previous traditional draft started in the similar way. And my deck is even pretty good, but in game 1 it was specifically the Black Dragon that they had. Perfect is they had the threats and kill spell in one card. And in game 3 I just flooded. And I didn't draw the goods. I had the Black Dragon and the White Dragon. I never saw the White Dragon, for example. Well, I see it now when I have a... I can't keep this. Okay, this is not much better, but... I guess the Gloomstalker isn't that great, although it is a 3-mana... it's gonna be the Feign Death. I have the Thieves' Tools Yuan-Ti combination now, so there is that. But let's see if I have time to deploy that. I can cast this for the treasure this creates. So ideally I of course just... Ideally I just draw a 3rd land. In the previous game I definitely had enough lands, so let's see if this is gonna be the opposite of that. No. So the game is on. Now I can cast a reasonable number of my spells, especially because it was the plane, so I can cast the Guardian without using the treasure. That is very strong. So I guess I'll have to kill it. So it's gonna be the Gloomstalker, perhaps. Actually, let's think about it now. I can actually play this now, and I can take the attack once here. Hopefully they don't have removal. I do want to start connecting with this thing. And if I so choose, I can do it by equipping it. But of course they are now eyeing that card. Maybe they have a removal spell, which means that I will take here 7 damage. Because Delina can copy herself, because the token won't be legendary. So if they have a removal on my guy, yep, it's bad. Okay, the attack with the Innkeeper. This thing has Death Touch, so I'm definitely blocking the Innkeeper here. Let's see if they roll. They roll us low. Okay, they get it. That guy. It doesn't. Yeah, you do not have to attack with the thing that you copy. I don't know. Well, let's kill it anyway. This is the token, right? Yeah. So let's see what happens. What they're gonna do here. A pump spell won't save it. Yeah, that's just that's a 2-for-1. Yeah, I took a bunch of damage, but they used their turn for that, and they lost 2 cards. That is definitely something I can live with. And here, I could play the Planar Ally, but it's time to block the Delina, so Let's pay the 2 creatures here. Sadly, this won't be able to block it, but I will block with the Gloomstalker here. Now, if they can kill the Gloomstalker, I take 6, maybe even 9, because with the 15 to 20 roll, of course, they get to copy it again. So that is a very dangerous card. Okay, Gnoll Hunter is fine. I take here at least 6. I mean, I meant to say 3, but why would they copy that? They maybe don't understand that it makes an non-legendary copy. It's possible, but I'm happy that this thing is over now. And I can just keep this as a blocker. I could attack because this technically can block it, but if they can have also removal on this thing, and I'm not gonna win that fast, so I just rather play it safe and leave this as a blocker. If this thing can start connecting, I'm in a lot better shape. But what is the dungeon I'm gonna start? Well, let's first see if it survives. Okay, that was a trade. What is that? Why would they trade there? Okay, so Fan Delver means I can complete a dungeon fairly quickly and get this thing back. I think the immediate cry with me having only a land here is probably what I should do. So let's go for the Fan Delver now. That's good. And I think I'm gonna leave this. Now, am I gonna play the Guardian anyway? Because if I am, I would rather just equip it with the Thieves' Tools. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna phase out the Planner Ally, so if they have a Sorcery Speed removal, they can't deal with it. Oh, I didn't need to play the land, but oh well. Now they know all about my hand here. But I have now 6 power unblockable, unless they can block a flyer. And I can get the Goblin in here. Iron Golem, I can block that thing. So yeah, let's go. Now this is a slightly risky, but I get them. I actually could have forced a trade with the Guardian here, but it has Vigilance. Wow, I didn't remember. Anyway, the point is that I will get the 1/1, which can also block this. But now that this thing has really the Vigilance there, I should have. I made a mistake. Should have done that pre-combat maybe. But no, I don't think I want to counter now. I could give it to Planner Ally, but I think I'd rather just drain here. Because I don't want to make any of my guys... I think I should move this here, because I'm gonna block with the Guardian of Faith. I don't want to make this 4 power, because then I can't make it unblockable with this thing. And the 1/1 is probably going to just jump block. Planner Ally is gonna be good enough if it just survives, so I think it's fine. Do they have the trample trick? I get to draw a card, and then I have completed a dungeon, which will matter for some stuff. Okay, they just trade here. Another innkeeper, right? Yep. Wanna attack with the 1/1? Sure, let's try to finish it. Because they will gain life from this thing a bit, so... Let's see what I draw. Not a land, please. Oh, forgot I have this thing. Yep, that is... Oh, it goes into my hand, not even on the battlefield. It's even worse than I thought. But it's fine. I mean, the situation I'm having here is gonna be tough for the opponent to deal with. Okay, couple of tokens. Do they have a way to pump all the team here? I mean, that was also a second copy of an uncommon. That was a third copy of an uncommon. I hope they don't have a third one of these using a pair of goblins, because that would be messed up. Okay. Right, so they are actually... Well, they're forced to block, but I think I want to leave a 1-1 to block, but I will attack with the rest. And I think I will either scry... I'm not gonna go to the Tomb of Annihilation. That is... I don't want to lose 1 life, and they have more life gain with the Innkeeper here. So, I will get 2 of these, so I can go to Fandelver again, or I can go to... I can gain life and scry. Or I can scry and then get a token. That has to be better, right? Token, extra token will be good. And scry, of course, good. The 1 life isn't that great, so let's go here. Hexblade, well, I suppose I will draw a card with it. Okay, they just conceded, even though they could block the 3-2 in here. Oh, actually... Yeah, I had a win here, because if I attack with this thing... Oh, actually I should have just moved the torch to this thing, attack with all. Now I was a bit wary because they had open mana, if they have something to kill my stuff, but I could have won in a couple of ways. First of all, just move the torch around, and they will block a 3 power creature and still take 7, and then I can, you know... No, they would take 8 in that case, and that would just be enough. Or if I don't move the torch, I can still attack with all and go to the Tomb of Annihilation, which makes them lose 1 life. And then they will take 7 anyway. So I suppose I shouldn't have played around some 3 mana instant they might have. But there were ways for them to, save themselves from the situation. But I guess I should have gone for it anyway. Now the opponent did just concede, so that's that. Now they have 3 of these Innkeepers, they have 2 of these Goblin things, they have an Iron Golem. So what is good in here? I think the champion is very bad because they have the 1/1s, the Hide Hexblade is just better than that. Dawnbringer Cleric. Black Dragon, Thieves' Tools. I think the rest is fine. I mean, I didn't see a lot of their deck, they were stuck. Well, yeah, okay, I'll just do it like this. Yep, reasonable hand. 50 feet of rope. Okay. Now I do want to complete the dungeon with this thing around, so maybe I go to Fandelver now. Maybe I should go always to Fandelver because I have not only this but also the rare and the double strike common that cares about having completed a dungeon. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this card. It is quite mana hungry. It will be better in the late game, but hopefully it doesn't go that late game, or my late game with the Venture hopefully is just better than theirs. So there's a 4-drop. Find the path and something for 2 mana, because otherwise sacking the treasure didn't make any sense. So there's a 2 mana spell which is an Outlander. Fine. That's something I can deal with. This is good. But Do I want to play the drop right now? I don't think there's a big need for that. I don't care about them gaining life unless they have some synergy for the life gain, but they don't have white, so probably not. So the red is their other color. I could just attack with the Hexblade, and if they don't block with this thing, because I want to use my mana efficiently, let's do it like this. I will use the Ray of Enfeeblement if they block with the Outlander. If they take 2, I guess I'll just drop and kill this thing. I don't want to make this into an 0-1. I want to use 3 mana this turn. This is gonna be useful on a later turn. So let's get rid of this, even though I just said I'm not that worried about it. And here, Fandelver. Let's cry into something very good. That's not good. Now I know I can make a treasure with the next step, but it's 2/2 that draws a card. It's not even. It's just not that great. I'd rather draw something else. Now that would have been a lot better target for the drop, but it is important to use your mana on each turn. Okay, that. Okay, so they said this won't untap. They used 3 mana to tie it up. That's completely acceptable. I have this thing now, and this, and next turn I can have the torch up. So treasure token, not so needed. Goblin token, who knows? Could be good. So this is very slow. They can either venture or they can make the Hexblade not untap. Or they can attack and have some tricks happen, which they apparently do. So I have the Fate's Reversal, so I'm definitely blocking here, so let's see what they have. That's not good for the opponent. That's not good at all. That is really bad, actually. Wow. So I think I should just play the 4/4, make an attack. I mean, it would be nice to just start venturing, but honestly, this is the way you should go here. You win with damage. The venturing is just a tool to help you win. But when you do this thing and you play the 4/4 here, it's gonna be good. That's gonna be a 2/4 on my turn. So I will have the torch happen. Now they will make some of my guys not untap, but they don't have mana for that. It is 3 mana. It's a lot of mana to use for that. So get a +1/+1 counter or something on venture. So I can make this for yeah, actually with the Ray of Enfeeblement. Now that I drew the land, yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly perfect. Let's see, it's the mana. Yeah, it leaves black up. Because now whatever they double block is going to be... I'm gonna use the Enfeeblement here. Counter on the Hexblade. So double block won't be good for them. And I'll kill the Moon Druid thing here. And next turn I will get to draw a card. Fate's Reversal can get me the Barrow win back. Swarming Goblins, how many do they get? 2. Okay, that's jump blockers. And 1, of course, Axle block. But it's fine. Oh, it's really fine. I guess I could have moved the Delver's Touchstone to 1/1, but whatever. Okay, White Dragon makes an appearance in a hand that I don't have to mulligan. Good. So I will lose the Devoted Paladin here. Or the Hexblade if they want me to re-equip. And then I can just... okay, they go for the full trades here, which is just fine for me. And then I have here, yeah, the Barrowwind can actually now return the Hexblade, which is a bit of a good value. And I can play the White Dragon next turn when they have something I can tap down. So I think I will go for this Barrowwind. This also will let me venture again. I'm gonna go for the Tomb of Annihilation this time. That's the way to get the victory in this situation. So they will actually have to lose 2 life. I'm not gonna go for the Obliviate. It's really a harsh thing. I'm gonna decline this. I'm gonna have to lose 2 life because I might need the land because I have the equipment. I could be moving around. Let's see if they can. I mean, this costs actually 4 mana. Oh, they have a. That was a good draw, but it's still. I mean, I'm still doing good myself here. So this will return a Hexblade. But I mean, of course, I'll play this thing and tap it down and attack for 4 and return this thing, and should be game over now. And yeah, this is the problem with this card. 4 mana is so much to use. They can get the 4-drop, but then they have no mana to cast it. Okay, nice one here. I'm thinking about... Yeah, let's see what I draw in terms of lands, because I kind of want to leave the treasury to play this on turn 4, or if I draw lands, I just want to make this into a card. So let's see. If I draw a land right now, I'm gonna play the Thieves' Tools. Well, I can actually play this now. I don't have to make the decision yet. This is actually a better one. It will be an unblockable at some point, but... Okay, with that... well, I can't use the mana too efficiently. Oh, I can. Oh, actually I can. Thieves' Tools into Hexblade. Well, that's the play I'm gonna make. Absolutely. They didn't have even removal. Okay. Oh, Nadar. This is great. And that's really not the 3-drop they want to have here. I think I'm gonna just play Nadar and let them trade with this guy. I don't care about these. And then I can start attacking with Nadar being unblockable. Well, maybe not yet, but first of all, let's just let them trade here. And is it gonna be a Tomb of Annihilation? I don't care about the Scry now. Any draw will be good. Annihilation is good because I am gonna get the 4/4 out of that thing rather easily. So yeah, and I'm the one who is, winning the race here, so making us lose life is beneficial to me. Okay, so well, I have here a couple of options actually. One of them is just to, I mean, the Guardian of Fate would be... I could also just make the torch for the Hexblade, but I don't know. I'll just do this. They have something clearly. And maybe next turn I can play the torch. Oh, I get the attack trigger happen. Well, that's great. Yeah, Oubliette, no thanks. I will lose 2 life. Thank you very much. How about them? card, land away. I guess they're flooding, but they are not playing any spells, so I mean, this is the easiest win if the opponent can't have anything. That is way too little, way too late. So do I have the win here? Let's just, because I can make Nadar unblockable, they will have to trade with the Paladin. They're gonna lose 2. They have to actually sacrifice something. They can't afford to lose 2 life. So that's fantastic for me. Oh, but if I let's pick very smart here. If I just equip the Hexblade, they can't. Oh, I can force them just to jump block the Divided Paladin. Okay, that is. Let's make the best play, not the one that is just good. Let's make the best play. So if I equip on the Hexblade, they can trade with the Paladin. So I will do this, so they have to jump the Paladin. Sounds like something I should do. And is this, by the way, a win? Yes, it is, because I get to complete the dungeon. Nadar will actually activate. Yeah, decline this thing. Yeah, that took. I forgot I have 2 triggers now. So I mean, this will make the +1/+1 effect happen. Oh, it is other. So I equipped the wrong guy in the end. Yeah, I should have equipped either of these 2. Of course, the opponent is still losing here, but I mean, that wasn't a win. They blocked the 6/6. They're gonna go to 5. Now, how are they gonna deal with the board? They are not, but if I just was a bit better player, let's say, I hope I am a good player, but not the best, I would have equipped one of these guys, and then the double venture would have made this into a 5/5, and whatever they block with, they're gonna take enough damage. Okay, so red-green, I saw, 2 cards. That's gonna be hard to figure out any kind of sideboarding. Like Feign Death, Hexblade, Dwarfle Champion, this thing. Black Dragon, do I have time? Red-green can be in a very aggressive deck. The opponent just had no drops, no plays in that game. That doesn't mean they won't have any in the next game. I think I'm gonna keep things as it is and then maybe sideboard differently to a potential game 3. Okay, I'll keep it because opponent had a slow start in the previous game and they actually mulliganed too. And I have something I can use to remove in early drop if it has 1 toughness. They have no. Okay, and I have an actual. No, I should have played the swamp there because now I don't have the option to play this, but I don't think there are many 3 mana cards that have only 1 toughness like that. I cannot kill it, so they can attack and threaten the the activation, so I'm not going to leave and block. I don't think they're going to use 2 mana for that, so we are trading 2 for 2 here. I guess if they use 2 mana for that, I'm happy, because that means they don't have a 4 mana play. So I'm taking 2 here most likely, and they play something. Another same kind of stuff. Don't have double white here, by the way. Well, this thing is gonna scry me into a plains, I think. I don't have attack triggers with these guys, so this is not needed. I need a plains. And now, if they attack, I'm gonna double block one of these guys, because they can only activate this once. It being a 4/4, they can trade with the Dungeoneer, but the 2/1 will survive, and they will have to use mana for it. They can also choose to just trade with the 2/1, which is a fine trade for me. Okay, that is. Oh, I drew a land, but it wasn't plains. Now this will become a 3/3, but I have the Ray of Enfeeblement here, so I just see how it goes. Now I kind of do need the plains though at some point. Now they can't attack with all, because this definitely, I'm gonna block it and it will die. I should maybe play around some pump effects, But let's see how they attack, or if they attack at all. They can make a treasure token for themselves, which is fine. Okay, they have 3 mana up, so I could do a couple of things, but I feel I'm just going to go for the simple thing of double blocking this guy. Or maybe I should just single block it. No, I will double block it. And then see what happens. If they want to trade with the paladin, I don't care. And if they have some trick, I have an Ray of Enfeeblement here. So they're gonna... Okay, then it's becoming a 4. Well, I mean... I could let it happen. No, I can't actually. No. So this is because then I won't be able to kill it. But this is, 2 for 1. I like that. And Fate's Reversal. Well, I guess I'm gonna feed one of my guys. It's gonna be probably the Steadfast Paladin here, is it? I'm gonna return it just to, get the treasure token from the thing here. That's the only reason I made the trade here. Because now I get the treasure token here, and I can cast Planar Ally, which hopefully will be enough to start doing the venturing stuff. They have only 2 cards in their hand, one of which they just drew from the deck. So definitely just do this. Wow, they chose to kill the... Wow, they chose to make this guy survive instead of making the Planar Ally go. That is interesting. So I can drain 1 or make give -4, -0. Well, the drain is just worse, so I will attack and give this guy -4. Look, I again drew a land which was a swamp. I have I have more planes I have 9 planes, 8 swamps in the deck. I have literally 2 swamps and 8 planes left in the deck. Okay, I take 4 here now, or just 2, depending on how they choose. Can I draw a card? No, I can't draw a card. I mean, if I had a planes here, imagine how good it would have been, or that thing. Wow. Yeah, if I had a planes there, I could have played this and make this survive. The magic missile. Now, I'm losing the game. Well, I have 2 double casters in the deck. These are the 2. I have 9 planes. I have 8 swamps. I have drawn 1 planes and 6 swamps. Sometimes you just don't win. So I can take 8 here, or I can make this guy survive, force them to use 2 mana. I guess I'm just gonna go for these routes in here. It's not optimal. It's not optimal. Oh, they just make the trade happen. I can do that. I mean, that's fine. They have a 5 mana spell, 6 mana spell. Okay, yeah. I mean, why not? Let's draw a swamp here. That would be great. Not that the plains is gonna be that good anymore. I'm 1 step from double striking. Okay. So I'm going to have to do this, and then I have to use the Feign Death. Just that I will draw something that lets me... The point is that I will do something that lets me this venture, then this will become because this is a 3/4. If it has double strike, I can kill that. That buys me time, but sadly I cannot double block this guy. Because I have to just, you know, block this and then I take 4 here. Now this is miserable. This is so miserable, yeah, that this... I guess that doesn't matter too much. Well, it matters enough that I will take 1 extra damage, which could be relevant, but the only reasonable thing I can do here now I could have played this and just double, you know, block with both of these, but I can't let them have a 2-for-1 here. If this dies and these are both alive, I'm not gonna draw anything that helps me win here. So this is the only way I can try to make so. Oh, yeah, so I'm gonna go to 2 life here. So this will phase out, and then I need to draw hopefully something that lets me venture immediately. That works too for a turn. This has vigilance. So should I offer the trade here? They had to have the magic missile the 1 turn before I was able to complete the dungeon. So I think I have to trade the dragon with the direwolf thing, and I will just attack with this because it does have the vigilance, and I'm not gonna block with this thing at all. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. They might take 6 here, which is still fine, because then I will tap down the 7/6 and I will block the singer with the... Well, actually I have some options now, but anyway, this will stay tapped. And I will just trade the dragon here. And then I need to find a venture thing. And they must not have anything too good here. So now I can't attack with the Guardian because then they will block it. And I have to jump block. Because now I have to jump block the Herd Gorger. But that's... well, it depends on the potential venture card I'm gonna draw here. Well, I mean, if they do that, I might as well go for the double block. Yeah. Okay. So now I saw the big creatures die with the magic missile. Dragon's Fire, Spoils of the Hunt. Yeah, I'm gonna have the other Feign Death in. And Black Dragon. It kills a bunch of their stuff, but not sure if I want to sideboard anything out. I need to have some early stuff here. The Ray of Enfeeblement is like okay, but not that great. It is good against the Spoils of the Hunt for sure. And if I have to make some double blocks, not so bad. So maybe I do want to have it. Is something like the Hexblade still not good enough? I think the Pegasus might not be what I want here. 4 mana 2/3, not good when it's blocking those big creatures. I think the Pegasus should go, but now I have the question of Black Dragon. It kills a lot of their stuff. All but the 7/6 that I saw here are gonna get killed by it. And the 4 power flyer is of course good against the red-green deck. But will I have the mana to cast it? And what am I gonna cut if I'm... I guess the Dungeon Crawler isn't actually... Yeah, they have those 3 toughness creatures. I will cut Dungeon Crawler and have the Black Dragon and hope that I'm not stuck at too low kind of mana. I have some way to make treasures at least. Well, mostly the Thieves' Tools and then the dungeon. Well, I'm gonna go for this. If they don't have a way to kill my stuff, I can go for the Yuan Ti in the Thieves' Tools. Hopefully I just draw any land here at least. Would be a miserable way to end the event if I don't. But if I have to, I will cast the Yuan Ti. But oh man, drawing the land would be so useful here now, because then I have to feign death up. Oh man, I'm so sad. I have to go for this. I saw so many removal spells. If they have removal spell now, and if I don't draw like a, well, any land, I need to draw something to kill this Gnoll Hunter with the drop. But if they kill this and then I don't draw a land, that's going to make things so awkward for me. They have Magic Missile, they have Dragon's Fire, they have the green kill spell. But I mean, what was I supposed to do? Use my treasure on the drop here? Yeah, that's it. Imagine if I drew the land there. I could have just gone for the feign death, and then I would have started to connect with a 3-3. It would have been amazing. Now I drew nothing. And the first match, yeah, it was the Ranger class won the game 3 in there. Very, very awkward loss there. And yet another awkward loss here. Sure. I kept a two-lander, a hand with a treasure token that I could make. And a creature that I could make unblockable and let me start scrying and get all the treasure tokens and stuff too. I mean, I basically was in a good shape if I drew one land, because the drop would have killed the hunter here. And I had stuff to do, but of course I will just lose now. I mean, no sequence of draws is gonna help me here anymore. Wow, another 1-2. I mean, this deck wasn't a 1-2. Well, I mean, it was of course a deck that when playing against other good decks can lose matches, but not, I mean, if you draw 2 lands and that's it, I wasn't able to do the stuff the deck is supposed to do. In the games I won, I was, when I had the normal draws, I was able to do the deck's game plan. And it's not like my deck, look at the curve here, it's not like I need a lot of lands. The third land would go a long way. But it is what it is. It is very awkward to have yet another minus 1500 gems here. For that kind of, when the losses come from. Especially when the critical game loss happens, the last one is you get stuck at 2 lands. When the hand is a keeper, I mean, it was a keep hand. I will disagree if you say it was a mulligan hand. It definitely was not. If I just drew the third land in time, so that when they had, the removal spell, I could have used the feign death with the treasury. Because if I was able to cast this thing with 3, mana from lands, and then the treasure from the thieves' tools would have been around, and then I play feign death when they try to kill it. This comes back as a 3-3, and I can start connecting with it. I can still even equip it with this thing if I want to, and I can start venturing into dungeons, which will help me scry into lands and, getting another treasure token here to cast my spells, have the drop happen, which was in my hand, one of these, with 1 treasure token or land drop. Well, in that case I would have had the land already, so yeah, this was castable by that. So I could have just gone off there. But all you needed to do was not draw the third land in, and I didn't even draw in the third draw step either, so this was a sweet deck. I mean, of course 1-2s happen, but I think this was really a sweet deck, and I'm very, very disappointed at the result here. But what can you do? It's time to stop talking, and let's see in the next video, which will be a premier draft. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.